Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the last. I don't know how long it's really gonna be. It's gonna be a short period of time because, like I said, we do have to get going. So let's just make the best of the time that we have. You go and you fill out your paperwork, trying to make your appeals, trying to say that they are worth it for you to blah 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 blah. It's gonna start a chain reaction of paperwork and events that need to happen, but not right now and don't need to be covered right now. So after you finish doing all of this stuff, you make poor Luca and Nope, that's not. Yes, Luca and Stalbor wait a considerable amount of time back at the tavern because, one, they were heading there as you guys were walking in. Two, you had a long conversation. And then three, you filled out a crap ton of paperwork. So when you finally get there, Luca's drunk. And Stalbor is amused by the fact that Luca's drunk. Listen, if you let an innocent man die for no reason whatsoever, just because you were slightly slighted by the fact that he was a mediocre musician in your tastes, then you know what? I assume you're drunk. I'm just saying, just assuming, because you're drowning yourself because of your guilt. You're just trying to drown it all away.
Not at all. Yeah. I could be drunk, sure.
No.
I'm not drowning myself in guilt.
I am not making you drunk. Okay, so you guys come walking back into the tavern.
I sit down and
I hope that was more fruitful on your end than ours.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, just keep nodding. Like, yeah.
Well, why don't you share first? Because we did absolutely nothing worth noting.
Dane was assassinated by most likely an elvish assassin, or at least someone using an elvish sword, someone who is extremely talented. They made it look like it was a poor job done by a thug. They hid most of the wounds, and they killed Dane before he could even react.
Scott, quick question.
Shoot.
How much do I know about House Farlane? Like, do I know that they were basically spies during the war, or do I just think they're entertainers?
They're entertainers. That's secret knowledge. That's secret now because of the fact
I didn't know how secret it was.
Well, because of the fact that that's like because of the fact that that's your shtick. You know that there's rumors about it. I believe your shtick specifically says it's like you're kind of the Adele of the party. You know what I mean? Rumor has it, ooh, rumor has it, ooh.
So she would know they exist.
I will kind of give like Luca like a kind of like a knowing look that he probably doesn't return.
Yeah, no, don't return it.
Like elvish assassins. He was with House Farlane. He didn't want them to know what he was up to.
I thought he wasn't with House Farlane. He was with House.
His family is House Leander.
Yeah.
He was staying with House Farlane for the performance.
Makes sense.
He was staying at the theater house.
Makes sense. My character looks confused at your consistent references to House Farlane.
Listen, they don't have the mark of entertaining or hospitality. They have the mark of shadow.
Shadow doesn't mean assassin.
Doesn't mean assassin. But staying with an elvish family, not wanting that family to know what you're up to, them mysteriously showing up dead with an assassination attempt with an elvish weapon.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to correct you. I was just double checking to make sure I'm not a crazy person. You kept saying Farlane, and I was like, what?
Farlane?
What?
Is it not Farlane?
I'm double checking.
There's also House Tharani.
Is it the other one?
Oh no! You would know House Tharani is the Shadow Network because your house uses it. You know that Tharani is the Shadow Network. They are the mark of Shadow. That's the Shadow Network. However, they are the Schism, right? So House Farlane is the mark of entertainment. So the fact that you're making the fact that you're making this assumption, that's like saying, well, I know 5 Asian people that have this quality, so all Asian people have that quality. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like this is the way that Luca is perceiving what you're saying effectively.
Yeah. He didn't want the elves to know what was happening. He shoved out with an elvish blade in his back.
Did what you find assist in this?
I shake my head. The hobgoblins shared very little. One of them told me that they were not told very much information. Their band leader simply was relayed orders, and then they struck. Who they were relayed orders by, I'm not sure. One of the other ones seemed to know a little bit more information. He seemed to. I look at Odette and I say, react when Odette mentioned the names.
He knew something. He cut out his own tongue to prevent us getting information.
It would have probably been wise not to kill their leader. It's a strong tactic.
I shake my head and I said, were we to know that this would turn out this way, perhaps I would have not struck him down. In the moment, I attempted to save him. However, it only could be so effective. We're warriors.
Magic is brutal in its efficiency. If I had the option to knock him out, I would.
The past is the past, and it's never worth mentioning the past. Moreover, what do we do now? Our benefactor was assassinated by an elvish assassin, but the hobgoblins seem to have some kind of stake in this, and I am lost. I do not know the politics of your world.
I'm attempting to find an alternative to the hobgoblin problem, but it will take time. In the meantime, perhaps we should follow the only lead we have, which is the elves. You said you believe that House Philip is involved in this somehow?
Farland, and it wouldn't surprise me, we'll say.
I just nod saying we should follow the lead, and I look at Odette, and I'm like, but it's a real draw here. I don't see enough evidence that we should necessarily even think to look at them specifically.
Do we have any other leads?
Sometimes you need to go on a limb.
Indeed.
Yes, but I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with any type of accusing.
We don't need to accuse. We simply ask.
So, what do you suggest?
He was staying on their property. You're telling me that somehow he was able to stealthily keep on their property, and if they were involved in his murder, why would he have stayed there?
The steward of that place knew he was there. He was acting suspicious beyond incompetence.
They were protecting him.
Right. So why would they kill him?
I think that they might have more information on who was.
They didn't even want to let us into the building, let
I have an
alone
idea.
give us information.
We could give this information to the guards of Shard. This is, after all, their job. Certainly isn't mine.
Give what information?
The fact that he was assassinated. Did you not tell them while you were there?
We
Tell
did
the
not speak to
guards?
any
No.
judge or anything of the sort.
Why wouldn't you pass that information to the guards? Evidence.
They didn't ask.
There was something about what the hobgoblin said. I can't just leave this alone.
I once again don't want to accuse anyone. I'm not going to suggest that we did their job better than them. I just think that this is something we found, whether they're trying to hide it or not. After all, it was guards who attacked us.
I will say something very bluntly. A large force of guards is like a single organism. They are not very good at protecting individual people. And that seems to be the crux of this issue. Individual people will be falling like flies if there are still more people to be assassinated. We should find out who is next on the list of these assassins and try to protect them by any means necessary.
Well,
Perhaps
if we
more
continue,
binders.
if we continue poking around, I'm sure we'll end up on that list too. So
See them try to kill
perhaps
me.
we'll just wait.
Well, didn't Yoza say she'd contact us in a few days' time?
That's true.
Then
And
Patience
we
might be
we are in a tavern of her house.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but we can always find the tavern.
I
at our house.
find it extremely strange how you always assume that just because someone belongs to this house, they have this alignment and this opinion of the world. Is that really how things are on the mainland?
It's not quite as simple. However, if someone's looking to contact us, and we are in a spot such as a tavern of their house, I find that quite easy for them to contact us if they really want to.
We're not currently at the Golden Dragon Inn, are we, Scott?
No.
Yeah, no. So I
should-
just shake my head at Luca, like, no, this is not.
We
this
should
is
go
not
find
affiliated
one.
with her.
That's where I was staying before.
They are quite nice.
Well, if I had
that the
the
plan, then?
gold to spend every night at the Golden Dragon Inn.
I can cover you for a couple nights.
The Golden Dragon Inn, my new friend.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we go there, and after speaking to her, then we very carefully let her know what we found in hopes that she knows better. If not, we could follow your assumptions of this case.
I'm sorry, was he or was he not assassinated?
He was
He most
assassinated.
definitely was assassinated,
At the
yes.
very least, we should tell the guards that much. My assumptions aside.
Yeah,
They would assume that we did it.
And they might not believe us.
we weren't necessarily supposed to see his body.
And your magical teal tongue will only get us out of so many scrapes. The house favors are not free, yes?
Yes,
Nice.
And
indeed.
yeah, having not meant to see this body, we just so happened to call in a favor, and I think
It
we
wasn't
shouldn't
for-
necessarily blow up the spot of us doing something we shouldn't have done.
We at least have a few days. The wheels of bureaucracy turn slowly. They turn even slower here than they do in my homeland, and my homeland was entirely made of elves like me. So, we have plenty of time when we find out the true story or more details. Be able to tell them everything. I intend not to hide the truth.
Patience is sometimes your best weapon. Let me wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
That's our plan. Our plan is to go to an inn and just kind of hang out for a couple days.
Don't go from this tavern to a different inn. And it's already
plan.
pretty late. So,
That's-
we're doing a pub crawl.
The plot will find us.
And yeah.
Will it?
We're reaching for Yetis. We're reaching for Yetis.
So you're losing. You know what's funny is I actually do have my next plot set up, and we will certainly pick that up next session. We'll pick up the next plot that I have for you guys. Literally, the character that was the point of focus for all of the plots is dead now because Luca didn't feel like packing laundry or protecting a man that was begging for his life.
He never
So-
begged for his life.
so-
he never begged for
Yeah.
his life.
never begged for his
He
life.
most certainly was asking for help and offering gold. So that all
He
being
wanted
said-
Okay.
No, it's
So
okay.
if
it's
someone
okay.
offers me gold and asks for some sort of help,
Will,
I'm supposed
again,
to do
I
it?
am totally just busting your balls. It's all good. Another plot is going to fall in your lap next week when we play our next session because we do play every week on Friday nights at 9 p.m. I'm going to cut a little short again because we do have somebody that wants to get out of here to go and get their friends because, we have friends. No.
Scott's just jealous he doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Is that why I do 4 Dungeons & Dragons campaigns online every week? And go,
Yeah,
Yes,
do I have
it's
time
because
for
of a
another
lack
one?
of friends. It's
Because-
because of a lack of friends, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly it's because I do four campaigns because everybody's like, well, he's a DM, he'll do it for us, and then Frank and Kath are like, can you do one with us? And I was like, I don't know, maybe a 5th campaign. So anyways, that it was a lot of fun playing with you guys today. But for those of the people that want to find you, to bother you in all of the different places, could you please tell me where they could find you? Why don't we start off with you, Aaron? Go right ahead.
I'm eating. You can find me at Renson on Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. Why don't we do you next, Ollie? Where can people find the amazing Ollie
Much
with
more.
all of his incredible artwork and all that stuff?
You can find me just about everywhere. I'm no longer on holiday, so on my Twitter at OllieRant, there should be daily art I'll upload at least something daily, and then even cooler stuff on my Patreon, because if you pay me, I give you the good stuff. Yes. And then pretty much everywhere else at Ollie Smith Art or at Ollie Rant. I'm pretty much everywhere, and I'm maybe streaming this week on Tuesday at I don't know what the American time is, at 9 p.m. my time.
Well, can you at least tell us what time is your time? Is it like QLN?
It says GMT, but it's not GMT at the moment. It's BST at the moment.
Yeah, it sounds like BST. All right.
Sounds like BS.
Yeah.
All right. So
should be doing some art streams.
Where can we find you, Will, if people wanted to bother you?
If you want to bother me on Twitter or on Instagram, mainly Instagram, Facebook, anything at Will Call Brewing, you could just kind of bother me or follow our story of opening up a brewery.
Opening up a brewery. I mean, you do realize if you need someone to taste that beer, all I have to say is my scotch sat in that bottle for such a long while because I just like, well, I'm not a huge fan of that one. So I let it sit there for so long. It now tastes like licorice way more than it used to. Got exaggerated. And I'm like, I'm not a Twizzlers person.
I'll just let you suffer then and not share the beer with you.
You
Aaron,
can
Eric, Ollie, I'll send it to you guys, though.
absolutely.
You can let me
Thank
suffer the way you let Dane
you want to
suffer,
pay the
right? The way
price,
you let
sure.
Dane suffer.
Oh, I didn't let Dane suffer. He
Kunsai.
died pretty quick.
Yeah, he
He
was
did
quick.
die quickly.
He died pretty quick.
Super quick.
He was very scared, so he did suffer. But
He kept calling me an idiot, and
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
I
He was
didn't
calling you an
die.
idiot because you were putting his life in danger, you know? But
He didn't say that.
Kunsai, where can we find you?
Well, I'm at Kunsai64, Kunsai 64 on Twitter, and the same on Twitch.
Oh, hey, you know
So,
what's
yeah.
funny? Is this overlay isn't made by me, it's made by somebody else, and that person did your Twitter handle wrong.
Did I really?
Correct.
I'm just saying he liked
Right.
it. He liked it. He put a ring on it, and she said, meh,
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds
okay.
exact. That literally describes our relationship.
I interrupted
Right.
you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. I'm on Twitch and Twitter.
So Kunsai 64, there's like a 6 and a 4 at the ends there. Thank you very much. And then where you can find me, I mean, you can find me, let's see, I suppose news. Beyond here, right over here at twitch.tv/DelricMaster. A really exciting bit of news for me is yesterday, the day before, I can't even remember anymore, I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, which allowed me to get my own unique URL. So I'm now youtube.com/Delric, where right now I am uploading these VODs in case you don't catch them live and you just want to see them in an easy to watch format, broken down for you. I also am currently doing some Roll20 tutorials if you're trying to get into that. I have some other stuff that's going to be coming out eventually, but for now I was like, you know what? I'll do the Roll20 tutorials that a bunch of people ask for, and I'll have other stuff coming in the future. Other than that, you can always find me on Twitter at Delric right there. And Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Lost Initiative, twitch.tv/Lost Initiative show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing with a whole bunch of cool people, unlike these clowns. And then on Fridays, before the show, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I hang out with Roll For It, where right now I'm playing a Deathbot, and I'm just saying my cosplay.
Oh God.
it was good. It was
So
beautiful.
I'm scared.
Never before have I seen something so brilliant.
You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Bye.